Hey, this is I am Sludge67 here, just making a video about the Festival of the Lost for 2020 this year. We've done it every year so far. It's kind of evolved and changed quite a bit. It used to be all about, progression. You can see some of the gameplay in the background here as we go. You'll see how it works. You're basically going to be progressing until you see the meter on the top left hit 100%. You'll go into a boss room. You will beat that boss and rinse and repeat, and it will get harder each time. And each time the modifiers will change. You'll see attrition, glass, blackout, grounded, all sorts of different modifiers. And as it gets harder, as you get closer to like 6 and 7, start combining those into having blackout and glass at the same time, which is very interesting. So yeah, you can definitely have some fun in this. Now, I remember the meta in the last season was Wendigo. Man, we went crazy with Wendigo. We'd all come in with Wendigo, pump a magazine into the boss, and be done in 3 seconds. Now it's swords. Using oppressive and swords sometimes are super or a combination, but we're usually melting the boss in 3 to 5 seconds, and then moving on to the next section. So very quick. And this was with 2 randoms I was just running with earlier on the PC platform. I do a lot of my recording for my content creation on PC rather than Xbox. I do stream live to Twitch and to Facebook, but for content creation, I got to use the PC so I can record and do what I need. And by the way, everything you see here, the gameplay, this is all coming off of GeForce Now. So this is using the GeForce Now platform from NVIDIA. And basically, I have a good PC, but I don't have a really high-end video card. I have kind of a medium video card, good enough for recording and playing games, but not doing both at the same time. And so I use GeForce for my gaming platform, and then I turn around and I do my recording off of that. But very, very fun. You can see these guys are potent. I think right now we're in our 6th branch clear on this. You can see we're level 6, and you can see these guys are tanky, especially the knights, and you'll get bombarded by 4 or 5 of them at a time sometimes. Beware of the Black Knights. You cannot damage them, you cannot hurt them, and they will kill you with basically one swoop. They'll kill you, and you don't even have to be on the ground. I actually jumped off the top of one of the highest levels of the map at that point and jumped over him, and he still managed to kill me on a swing in the air. Even though I was way over him, his swing tilts took me out. So don't get in, just go around them. Don't try and go over them. Don't be in front of them. Get out of their way and get past them as quickly as possible. And don't try and revive guys while they are right on them, because I will tell you, you will both die. And if you die, you get sent back to the beginning of the map. So that's not a scenario you want to be in. So as this goes on, each time you'll accumulate more chests to open. And by the way, it is not like before. Now, it used to be you would just come in and, you get a chest for every area you clear. It is not like that now. Now you have to go into regular gameplay and encrypt these cipher decoder keys. And I did about maybe 12 different activities, nightfall strikes, different things like that earlier today. And I was only able to accumulate 6 keys out of about 12 events. So it looks like it's about 50. If somebody gets anything different, let me know. But I'm getting about a 50% fall rate. I'm getting 1 for about every 2 activities I'm running. And it doesn't seem to matter how hard the difficulty is. That seems to be what happens. You can see here, members of our fire team, these guys were really good about respawning, we're trying to respawn each other, obviously, but you can tell these guys are very tanky. And you want to try and wait for them to come and get you if you can. If you respawn, you're going to go back to the beginning of the map and have to basically go over again. So try and wait for one of your team members to get you, and be good about reviving those team members. That's really important. You can see here we're pretty much, we're making some pretty quick work of these bosses. 6 and 7 are definitely harder. You can see that one took a little more time, but we were able to take care of them pretty quickly. It is a lot of fun. And I would say go with a fire team. Some people from your clan, that know how to do this. You're going to get some good clears. There is a pinnacle drop available for your first 7 clears that you do from Eva. So make sure you get that. And I think once you clear, 20 bosses, you'll get another tier. I think it's a tier 2 or a tier 3 powerful. So I would definitely, I wouldn't say this is a great farm for anything, but something else to keep in mind. Now, I didn't get any drops for it. I actually pulled mine out of inventory from the prior years, but they are doing random roll drops on not just armor, but on Horror Story and Braytech Werewolf, the auto rifle from last year, and apparently they're doing random stat rolls, so it's not a fixed roll anymore. If you played it before and you have the fixed roll, hold on to those. Definitely great rolls, but apparently they're adding some new things to new traits to it, and you can roll with different features. I mean, they're pretty good the way they are, but kind of anxious to see how those come out now. My buddy Rabbits has already had a new werewolf, Braytech drop for him, and apparently it was a pretty good roll. I haven't had anything like that happen yet. I have just gotten armor, and you'll see at the end of this one today, I think I opened 7 chests, and all I got was armor. So you can see here we're about done with our 7th branch, and we are 45 seconds from finishing. Now, one thing to remember is when your time runs out, that doesn't mean you just die, go to the boss room. You want to finish. You're just not going to have the ability to progress any further, but it's very important that you finish the branch you're on or you will not get credit for it. So whatever you do, be a little more careful. Make sure one of your fire team stays alive to revive the other. If you all wipe, you're going to go to the boss room with that branch uncleared. So if you're working on 7 and you really want branch 7, and that happens to you, you're going to not get it. So be very careful and make sure that you take care of each other as you do this stuff, and make sure that someone stays alive to revive so you can clear the last branch. And ours, we ran out of time. You can see here right on the 7th branch, but we were very close. Now that Black Knight, you can see there, it's an instant kill. Get away from him. Don't even try and revive if he's right on you. Now, you can see here our guy just ran ahead. We were both dead, and he chose to go right ahead and finish it. I went ahead and see how far back. I went all the way back to the beginning, but I did that so one of us was alive. At this point, if we would have wiped, we would have went to the boss room. So he's going to go on and kill people, but somebody needs to be alive or we'll wipe. So that's why it's important. Now you can see he's progressing through. We're at 94%. So by the time we just hit 100. So everybody will get pulled up and we'll finish. This guy in 7 was pretty tanky. But again, if you don't clear this boss, you will not get the 7th level, the level you're working on. So make sure you stay alive. You can see there, normally I would have stayed in and been a little more aggressive, but I didn't want him to stomp me and kill me. So I backed out and came back in. But now that we finished the 7th branch, we'll get credit for it. Now, in this area right here, if you've never done this before, people that have know, this will fall out from under you. So try and fly over it. Do not, as soon as you touch, jump. You can see it fell out right from under me right there as I jumped. If you jump down, if you get caught down there, it's a very good chance you won't be able to get up and get the chest. That happened to me earlier, and you will lose all your ability to get the chests. All right, guys. Talk to you later.